Just starting with tough news with Perry and Randy. Obviously, good friends of all of ours, in particular Perry. I've seen Perry for a long, long time and being around him, class guy. And Randy, to me, is one of the guys that gets it. And a very, very funny man with a great wit. So just on behalf of the coaches and players, our condolences to both of the families.
Yuri Letninen's here. Did you make him or did he make you?
Oh, I made him for sure. The perfect player. He was positionally perfect every game, and I never coached him once, never told him how to play. Amazing player, like to be that good, that many games in a row, and it just, the minute he came, I remember they sent him down because I was in Kalamazoo. They sent him down for 12 hours. They had an injury. He went back up, and the team actually played in Winnipeg, and he never left. And he's just an amazing player. You know, if you ever want to see how to play positional hockey, he's the guy to look at.
Ken, I just want to ask about Milan Lucic's status and Oscar Klefbom's status for tonight.
Both him and Clef are in tonight, so we're fully loaded, ready to go. So they're both going to play.
Ken, the Devils obviously are a team right now decimated by injuries. Last night, not a great third period for them. You can never overlook a team, but Alex Chiasson spoke yesterday about he feels the team's getting better at having good starts. And the start tonight against a team like that that's weaker than due to injuries, important and crucial in your knowledge of understanding that you got to get off a team like that rather than give them any sort of life?
Well, when we showed tape on them, we didn't even show anything from Calgary. That's a throwaway game for me. We watched how well they played against against Washington, and how well they played against the Rangers. That was our focus. This is not the time to be focused on the opposition. It's the time to be focused on ourselves. Our starts are good because we're emotionally engaged right off the bat, and we're putting our work boots on before our skill boots. And that's a big difference. We're understanding much more now how much our forecheck and our puck control in the offensive zone leads to scoring chances. And we're establishing that early in games, early in periods, and it's allowing us to control the tempo of the game more. And even in saying that, we all know being here, the window for us during a game, you know, we can outplay teams and maybe don't create the scoring gap that other teams, but we feel if we can create the working gap and we can come in and outwork teams, it gives us a fighting chance every night, and that's what's been happening for the last 2 months.
Ken, I know you said the focus is on you guys, but do you get the sense your guys are watching the standings, scoreboard watching on off days and stuff like that, or is that something that kind of stays out of the conversation in the room, in your opinion?
Well, we tried to keep it away from the room, but it didn't work. So it's in the room. Everybody knows what the numbers are. Everybody knows what's up tonight and what's on the horizon in the next 3 games. So the players are loving it. Like, it's exciting. There's every game means something. Every shift means something. They're loving the situation they're in right now. You know, it makes at times us a little bit nervous. You know, because we're kind of the worrying part. They're doing the playing part, but they're loving it. They're loving that these are, every game matters so much and every shift matters so much, and they're in it. And I said this before, I really believe that no matter what happens, we're going to be a tough out because we've now changed, and you don't know when it happens. Sometimes you don't even know how it happens, but we're dug in playing for each other right now, and I don't see that changing for the rest of the year.
Ken, when you're deciding whether to play Leon on the wing or Leon at center, do you just take a look at the other team and say, okay, they've got 2 really good centers, so I need Leon to play second-line center? Is that?
Yeah. Well, I look at it 2 ways. I look at that, number one, but then I look at where are we controlling the game? And if I feel like we need to control the game lower in both zones, then I'll make the switch right away. And He's such a good player down low in our zone and can transport the puck. I don't think he gets enough credit for the separation that he can create with his foot speed. I think he's very underrated foot speed wise. And if we feel like it's going to be a bog game where the other team has got as much control of the down low game as we do, then I'll make the switch right away and I'll ask him to go play there and bulwark it out. And we usually get a read on that halfway through the first period.
So like Vegas has got Carlson and Stashny, so there's a,
Yeah, that's going to require a conversation.
yeah, okay.
For sure, because that's the strength of their hockey club. They're deep down there. They've got really strong players, and if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to knock the middle of the ice out of the box. And so that's a conversation we're going to have, yeah.
Ken, have you liked your power play as of late? Is it just, Nugent Hopkins hit one off the crossbar? Are you getting the chances you want, or do you need to see something more from your first unit?
Until Clef went down, I liked what I saw. I liked the rotation. I think if we've been guilty of anything, we've allowed the other team to recover too quickly. But when we've rotated quickly across the top, like you saw, the first power play we had, the rotation across the top was quick and fast and really smart, then we're effective. But when we get too slow and we overhandle it, we get stuck standing still. If you look at all of the power plays other than Washington right now, the 5 top power plays all play downhill. They all play with it. It looks like 4 guys are going towards the net at the same time. That's when we're most effective. When we stand still and look for something cross ice, it needs to be a perfect play. But when we play downhill, we're effective. And then that's when you play quick. And that's what we're trying to get to right now, is get back to that quickness again. Okay.